572-0215. Rev-Up St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Up next, our drive with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor, JJ's Paradise, and Joseph Shipping Agency. Joseph Shipping Agency, the only agency in St. Lucia with 24 hours efficient service. When everyone else is asleep, we are awake. Call Joseph Shipping Agency at 484-8888. That's 484-8888. Joseph's Shipping Agency. Seafood Wednesday nights continue every Wednesday at the Mangrove at JJ's Paradise. Come get your seafood boil, grilled lobster, grilled fish, seafood Alfredo, seafood kebabs, and seafood pizza. Side dishes include seasoned rice, mashed potato, and tossed salad. Remember to always check JJ's Paradise at the Mangrove, Marigo Bay for Seafood Wednesday nights. A special treat awaits you.
At Randall's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Ram Valley's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, hearse services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keyrings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Ram Valley's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you checking us out on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on X, and also on DBS Television. Welcome to Hard Drive for today, Tuesday, the 23rd of September. I'm Andre Paul, the co-host of the show, none other than the lovely Kina. Kina, good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre Paul. Good morning to all viewers and listeners as well. It's good to have you all listening and viewing. Mwah.
Yeah.
Good morning.
I gotta ask you, how's the weather treating you?
Listen, I got wet in the rain. You can tell, right?
You know, there's a song by the 3 Degrees. I'm featuring Barry White. It's called Walking in the Rain with the One I Love. You ever heard that song?
Well, I wasn't walking in the rain with the one I love.
Yeah, that sounds so romantic, right?
Yeah, it's so
that
romantic.
That sounds so romantic, yeah. You're going to catch cold.
I know, right?
But that's a real song.
Yeah, it is.
So if it continues raining, you must, play that song on your show. You like it? You like
Walking in the rain with the one I love.
Mm-hmm.
It has a nice ring to it. I love the wording.
The 3 Degrees featuring Barry White.
Okay.
He just has a little cameo role in the song.
Mm-hmm.
You like it? You like it?
I'll play it, definitely.
All right.
I'll play it.
So, all is well on your side?
Yeah, I'm doing great, actually.
All
I
right.
got the centipede.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
Did Snow do any help? Give any help?
She was helping, actually.
Yeah.
When I got back home, she was, doing her thing, looking as well. But you know where it went? In a pillowcase.
Oh, my. I think making itself at home.
Yeah, so I got it. We dealt with it. I washed the bed sheets and everything.
So the centipede want to sleep with you?
Can you imagine? I know, right? I know.
All right. Well, so you're able to get rid of it, right?
Yeah.
Did you eliminate it?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't the one who did it. Someone did it for me.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Not the boyfriend did it for you?
Moving on.
The man of the house. The man of the house. At least we have some use.
Yeah.
We have some use. Right? Yeah.
You said it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, you all need us for some minor things.
For pretty much everything. Just
Really?
living life. I
Really?
mean, having a partner is amazing in many different ways. You have to complement each other,
We were just talking about that on the Love Zone a while ago. And the topic was, why do some people leave the significant other for somebody else who does a lot less, right, than the
Maybe
main
their
squeeze?
Peace of mind.
Say it again, say it again.
Maybe their peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Yeah.
If there's always tension in a household, constant arguing, and so that's not good for your health. Science have proven it. So some people would leave. Yeah.
I know a guy, he left. He didn't go cheating. I'll give him that. As far as I know, he didn't go cheating, but he just couldn't stay in the environment. He left.
Yeah. If the environment is way too toxic, then some people leave, and other people, they leave for different reasons. That's for a whole other show. Yeah.
And I think human nature being what it is, we automatically believe once a person leaves is because they have somebody else, they're doing something.
Not all the time. No.
Yeah,
Some people leave because it's just, became a toxic environment, or that's not what they really want to be part of, or other reasons. There's so many different reasons for someone wanting out of a relationship. So
yeah. Okay, so let me just do some little house take care of some house matters. The menu at the Tomaso Bread Place today: curry turkey wings, baked chicken wings, carrots, seasoned rice, ground provisions, vegetable chow mein, pink beans, and tossed salad. Again, the menu at the Tomaso Bread Place today: curried turkey wings, baked chicken wings, carrot seasoned rice, ground provisions, vegetable chow mein, pink beans, and tossed salad. Of course, you can try the usual sea moss flavors, including coconut, ginger, peanut and peanut punch, and regular sea moss with flaxseed and chia seeds.
curried turkey wings.
Yes, curried turkey wings.
Oh wow, curried
Turkey wings and baked chicken
I've never
wings.
had curried turkey wings before. Stew.
How do you feel about turkey? Do you like turkey meat? What about duck?
I only had it once. I had duck eggs and.
You like them?
I had ostrich once.
You like that?
It's actually, the meat is tender and it's it's not that bad. It's better than duck.
When we were growing up, we had ducks all over the place, so that was a regular part of the menu.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I can't imagine eating my pet.
Well, they were not
So
pets.
we had, my brother Kwame, he had ducks and so on. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
we never. ate it.
Well, it was very clear, and I think to the animals as well, that you're not a pet. There's
You
no
just
pet.
had
There's no
till,
pet.
your day comes.
Yeah, that's.
To be on my plate.
I think Russell was telling me many years ago. Russell was telling me that they had this pig at their home, and he was saying that these pigs are so intelligent that the pig sensed that this was the day that they were going to have him for Christmas.
What would happen then?
Yeah, he said that the animal went into this zone.
Oh my.
Yeah,
word.
the animal was depressed and everything because it knew what was coming. It actually knew what was coming. Yeah,
Wow.
actually went into a zone where it was depressed and.
I'm not surprised that
Yeah.
he said so, because just recently there's a study that came out, and scientists are now saying that pigs are more intelligent than 3-year-olds. So I'm not surprised that he went into
very intelligent animals.
that zone.
There's a video I have. I think I still have it on my phone. I think that was recorded around Christmas time. You see this pig in the waters, sea, right? And that
Here?
pig is and that pig is fighting for its life. And the fellas on a little canoe, and they're rowing,
Oh, my
rowing, trying to catch up
word.
with that pig. And
Sheesh me.
it actually ended up on the shore before they could get there.
Oh, good.
But
Oh, no.
there's a but. So by the time it shake off itself,
Oh, my word.
it had to shake off itself.
Oh, no.
Some fellas just came and just grabbed it. Now at that point, it was just too weak.
Imagine you've
Right
gone
now.
through all of that to try to get to safety, and the next thing you know, someone grabs you and just,
Yeah.
kills you and just eats you up.
Yeah, it was. You
Oh
could see it
my
was
gosh.
tired at that point. It was tired
Oh,
because the guys on the canoe and they couldn't keep up with it. You see the fellas rowing it. They're rowing black as white. They couldn't catch up with it. Yeah. So you see, that pig knew the day came. Yeah. So just like I guess almost like a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember many years ago, Dr. Mbali was describing that to me. I interviewed him, and he was telling me that he had witnessed the hanging of a bad boy in St. Lucia. Yes, he actually. I think that was probably maybe the last hanging we had here. And he
Wow.
said, the way the guy was responding and his behavior and everything, Yeah, he you have to walk up some steps to actually get
That's
before the
so-
noose. And he said the guy could not even climb that thing because he was just so weak. He was just so weak. His legs just buckled,
Oh my
and they had to
word.
literally help him up. Yeah, so I think animals are the same thing.
I think so as well. I
Yeah.
really
They-
have
they know
to
when it's
think
coming.
so
They know when
as
it's
well.
coming.
They know what's coming.
Mhm.
That's
All right, so
imagine you're a bad boy and have murdered so many people, and now it's your day.
Mhm.
You've already maybe gone to God and be like, you know what, but knowing that your fate,
yeah,
what your fate
it's
is,
inevitable.
It's inevitable.
Can't
So,
escape.
Wow.
In his case, I think he had raped a female, and that's why I think he raped the female, and I think he murdered the person. So Dr. Mbali said he asked him, and he said to him, if there's anything that you need, tell me. And he said, nothing really. He said, okay, well, if I bring you a lady right now, would you be happy with that? And he said, no. Same guy, that
Same guy,
was
wow.
raping and so on, bad boy. He said, no. So he said, what do you want? And he said, pray for me. Yep. The harsh realities of life, boy. All right.
Yeah.
So anything you want to mention, Kina, before we move on?
There's so many things happening in the world right now.
Oh, yes.
Albania has an AI minister.
I read that. And it's interesting about that AI. The AI is supposed to be incorruptible.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why they want to introduce
That's
that.
why they want to introduce
Yeah.
it. But you just never know. I hope the AI minister doesn't, go haywire. You know what happens, just like the movies, like, okay, so now I'm gonna do. But it's a great thing that they're onto. I talk about innovation, and now bringing in a minister that can't be corrupt.
Yeah, it can be bought.
Can be bought. I think that's amazing, and I think other countries should adopt the same policy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so too.
Moving forward, it may just
Yeah,
happen.
It may just happen. I think.
Another tool in the arsenal to fight corruption.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I have to agree with that too.
And I didn't read that story this morning. I just found it to be so far-fetched. Now we're just chatting. Donald Trump, right? Out of his own reasoning, I don't know where he got this idea from, coming out now and advising pregnant women not to take Panadol.
I saw
He
that
says
story.
it's linked to autism.
I saw that story and I was like, is this real?
It's real. It's real.
I'm still taken aback by it. I know he just says, gosh, just like around COVID and what he said.
Mhm.
And then he talks about they're eating the animals and everything on that
Yes.
side. Maybe he has science to back it up. That's
No,
it.
he has nothing. He has
Think of.
absolutely nothing.
But if he
That's
doesn't
from
have
his own
anything, if he
Uh-oh.
doesn't have anything going for him, then
Yeah, go ahead.
if he doesn't have anything, no science to back it up, I'm not quite sure why he would just, say that.
Must be his health secretary, Kennedy. Probably put that in his head. I won't be
And
surprised.
some women are going to listen and
Oh, yeah.
they will stop taking
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But he has
They'll stop
nothing to
taking
back it up. Nothing.
Oh,
Same thing like when
my
they attacked the boat off the Venezuelan coast
The
or
Venezuelan
whatever.
coast and stuff,
No
right.
evidence.
No
nothing.
evidence to back
nothing.
that up.
I feel it's so. Oh man, I feel it's so. Oh man, this is. And imagine we have another 3 years plus to go
With him?
with this guy.
And he's going to address the UN today?
Oh yes,
Oh,
yes,
boy,
yes.
That's something else that...
And right now he's alienating a lot of the world leaders because he's the one that's just supporting Israel. I mean, blindly. He doesn't
Yes,
care.
yes,
He-
yes.
just like Joe Biden, same thing. I do not know what it is, where this thing comes from. Israel can't do any wrong. Israel cannot do any
Well,
wrong
what
in the
do you think
eyes
Israel
of
can
Joe
do?
Biden,
Right.
in the eyes of Kamala Harris, in the eyes of Donald Trump. Israel can do no wrong.
Don't you think there's a reason for that, though?
That's what I'm asking. I don't know what it is that is.
Israel has a history, and in God's eyes, they can't. Well, back in the day, they're protected and so on. So could that be one of the reasons why that people have supported them? But to the world looking in now, I mean, what are they doing? They're not just innocent anymore. They're taking, innocent lives, as a matter of fact.
You know what they said about Gaza? They said that Gaza is burning as we speak.
Really?
Yeah, the language that they're using, they
That's just crazy.
They're unashamed about it. They're unashamed. They were having peace talks there in Qatar last 2 weeks ago, And while the guys are there, peace talks, how they can stop the war and so on. They just bomb the place.
I heard you.
Yeah, they just bomb the place.
But
they
the
don't
U.S.
care.
has a base there.
Correct is right. One of the
And
largest
how
bases in the region.
Were they not able to intercept or realize that there was a pending attack? That's what's
you know,
mind-boggling.
You know, when Donald Trump called them, probably a second after the attack, to say we knew nothing about it.
He said, that's what he said?
Yeah, we knew nothing about it until a moment ago. So that's why we're calling you now.
But Israel, then sometimes they just act on their own will. This is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it nonetheless, because they know they have so many world leaders backing them up, and that's why they continue.
Especially the
do
U.S.
what they're doing.
They said that Donald Trump is the best thing that ever happened to them, because he just allows them to do whatever they want. But I just like Joe Biden, he's going to lose the presidency. He will lose it, because that's why the people voted Biden out, and they didn't want to see Kamala Harris. It was the same thing.
To be there another term.
No,
that's it.
Well, I mean, that's his last term anyway.
That's his last term, but he did say that he will try again.
Yeah, he said says there's some thing.
Right.
Yeah, but I doubt it.
I don't foresee him going up for another term.
I don't think he's going to last the entire 4 years. And I don't mean, well, possibly because of his health.
His health.
Because he's going at it. I mean, that's a 78-year-old guy, 79. I mean, at that age there, you can't.
It's going to fly by so quickly.
Pardon?
It's going to fly by so quickly.
Yeah, but 24 hours is a long time. It can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, true, but I think he's going to,
I think his body just can't take this anymore. Yeah, after a while. Because, listen, you're not 79. For the man to be going like a dynamo like that every single day, every day like that.
Donald Trump is well prepared for the role.
Well, boy, I wish him all the best, huh?
Yeah, he's well prepared for that role. Trust me.
Okay. Let me just give our listeners and viewers a little update on the situation with the burglary at my brother's residence. We got surveillance. All right. Thank God, my neighbor had set up a camera there for Tony. So I had a chance to look at the footage. There were 4 of them.
What?
Yeah, 4 guys.
Oh, my word.
Mm-hmm.
Young men? Or
young fellas.
Oh,
yeah, young
my
fellas.
God.
4 of them. Now, what's interesting, my neighbor was telling me, when I say my neighbor, that's another neighbor, the one who actually has the setup at his home. He was telling me that when I got home, because he actually showed me my vehicle, right? He said the guys were in there at that time. Yeah, and I saw nothing like that. Nothing.
No lights, nothing was on, nothing. No, you didn't hear any. Wow.
Nothing. He said, I see my vehicle driving down. I went to park, and that was it. And he said the guys were in there. The guys had a field day inside the house, right? As I said, they ransacked everything, and especially they were hungry, boy, because they went after groceries and food that was there. Yeah. So they probably had a whale of a time.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Last night I was at CID. I brought them all the evidence. Matter of fact, I even have a name. I actually have a name. So I gave them all the information that they need. Now I'm just curious to see
what happens next.
What it is that they're going to do, because when I first reported the matter, I spoke to one gentleman, one police officer, and I called him yesterday. I said to him, now this incident happened on Sunday. I didn't want to waste any time.
Right.
So I called him and I said to him, I have the evidence, right? How soon can I bring it to you? So he said to me that the case was already transferred to another officer. And turns out the officer coming to work on Wednesday. So I said,
how you transfer a case and the officer?
So I said, what kind of thing is that?
What kind of thing is that?
So that means we have to give them fellas another 2 days or so. To sell stuff, to move, go to another part of the country.
Yeah, but did he say why it was passed on to another police officer?
Well, I mean, I don't mind that happening. No problem. But I have to wait until that officer is back at work. So probably the officer is not
maybe on leave or something.
I don't know
really?
So I hope. I'm curious to see how they're going to handle the situation.
Same here too.
Yeah, because we've heard so many complaints about that sort of thing. where people report matters to the police and there's not that quick
quick response. It takes a bit of time for whatever, whether it be vehicles or police officers not following through. So many different things are standing in the way, and it lengthens the process for them, and it can be very frustrating as well.
Yeah. Well, I'll give them that. They did respond. Right, when I called, they did respond. But I noticed they didn't take any fingerprints or anything like that. I don't know, that's not part of the protocol anymore. I don't know. Yeah.
So
they just took pics. They took pics. That's what they did.
I guess maybe they're relying on video footage and photos. I'm not sure.
Well, good. So I provided
Maybe they didn't take any fingerprints.
No, I didn't see that at all. Unless, of course, they did. I just didn't know. I was there standing all the while.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, as I said, we're monitoring and to see how they're going to handle that situation. But the ringleader, we have his name, and I gave them his name, so I want to see what they're going to do. Location to Bagay.
Given his name and his location and everything, then he will be apprehended, and hopefully they get the items that were stolen.
I hope so, because if we have to wait, for until Wednesday. I mean, imagine what could happen, because that happened since Sunday. So you had the rest of, well, it happened early Sunday morning. So they had the rest of the day to do stuff.
Today's now Tuesday.
They have Monday to do their stuff. Today's Tuesday, and I doubt they're going to follow up on that.
Find it, unless if they just got rid of it or something. Somewhere.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm saying the longer they take to follow up, that means that lessens the chances of them apprehending those individuals. So I don't know. I don't understand it. They were just so cool about that. The case has been transferred to officers such and such.
Maybe they're very confident that they're going to, with the information that you've provided, with the video surveillance footage, they're confident that they're going to apprehend the guys and most likely, get the things as well. You never know. I'm hoping.
There's another interesting thing too, because one of the things that they stole was the key to Tony's vehicle. And in the surveillance, the footage, you could see them trying to open the vehicle with it.
Oh my!
So they had that key with them. So no doubt they have plans to come back.
Yeah.
Now remember, we're not supposed to take the law into our own hands, right?
Yes.
There was a case many years ago where I think it was a former police officer. Well, he's a former police officer right now, but he was a police officer at the time, and the guys were constantly coming to his residence
and he chopped one of them.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah, he actually waited there for them.
Yeah.
And that worked against him?
Mm-hmm. Because it was premeditated. Yeah.
What you're supposed to do?
Premeditated.
Yeah, you're making the reports and so on.
Anything that's premeditated, obviously. You thought about it long before. So, obviously, you will. Mm-hmm.
So, as I said, I believe that they have plans to come back because they have the key.
Hopefully they will be apprehended soon. Hopefully.
Okay, I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I really, really hope so. Anyway, the Prime Minister, responding to the escalating violence in St. Lucia, he spoke about a plan that they have to boost national security. He spoke about 50 beach rangers. He mentioned, he said that was implemented during the last administration, or maybe when they were there and it was stopped.
It was stopped.
Yeah, that was stopped. So they're reintroducing the beach rangers.
That's good.
What they need to have, right, is a police presence. Now, let me ask you: is it unreasonable to expect police officers to be all over the place, not just the city?
No, it's not.
It's not unreasonable.
It's not an unreasonable request, especially in the times we are now. It's not unreasonable at all. If there's a heightened police presence, obviously criminals will realize, hey, police are walking the streets, and it was happening back in the day. I always have the tendency to assume that there are police officers around in plain clothes, we just don't see them. But I do believe that, if there are officers, constantly on the streets, it's not just in hotspot areas, because you really and truly never know where criminals are going to be. And what they're going to do. Yes, we're not in the mind of any criminal. We don't know what they're going to do. We're not telling somebody to just go around and shoot someone. But in some instances, I do believe that heightened police presence works. If criminals are aware, there are police patrols quite often in certain areas, then, that works.
But what I'm asking is it asking too much or expecting too much of the police to what a heightened police presence to be in as many communities as possible, to have a presence there?
No, it's not.
Because some people will say, well, you can't be everywhere.
You can't be everywhere. I understand. They have vehicles.
Oh, you mean like
You
patrolling?
know,
okay.
You have
Driving,
officers
yes.
on foot and officers, driving around. You have vehicles that are provided to you constantly.
But I don't know what it is for you in your community, but I know for sure where Leclerc is concerned, the only time you see police officers there is if you call them.
Oh, in my community, I see police every day because maybe of where I live, so I see them every single day. So that's that.
I mean, like, driving by?
Not driving by. It's right next to the PM's residence, so I see them every day.
Okay. That's something different.
That's something different other than that. Yeah.
But you're making a good point there, and I think that's something that's practical to be. You in a patrol vehicle, right? And you're driving around. You're just driving around all over the place.
That helps, You just drive around
with your flashing lights.
Because you hear time and time again that the police are provided with a number of vehicles, and then you hear it again, and then you hear it again. I'm not quite sure what's happening to the vehicles, because gosh, for the vehicles I'm hearing that they're getting, sometimes you barely see them on the road.
Yeah, and the opposition is saying that these vehicles are replacing vehicles.
Yes.
It's not in addition, but of course the incumbent said that is not the case.
But what happens to the maintenance of the vehicles, though? Who's maintaining the vehicles that they're getting? And I understand replacing too, because after a while, if you have a vehicle for 20 years or so on, and it's damaged, then you have to replace it. But put the vehicles to work.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure they're putting it to work, but they just maybe there's not enough for whatever reason. Yeah.
I guess you could never have enough vehicles, but still, I think and heightened police presence, whether it's police officers on foot or police officers driving around, and they have unmarked vehicles too, don't they?
Exactly.
You have private citizens who have donated vehicles to the police as well. So maybe they are, but we're not hearing anything about it. We're not seeing, but still, people are very concerned right now because, our crime situation, for me, has gotten to a stage where, oh boy, it's a national emergency. Mm-hmm. That's what I would say.
I agree. It's serious, really, really serious. Okay, let's just say congratulations to Lisa Jawa here. She's now the endorsed candidate for the St. Lucia Labour Party for the Castries Southeast seat. Yeah, Lisa. I think she was telling me that she was from that. From that community.
That, constituency. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
She grew up there.
She grew up there.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I watched a little clip of it and I smiled.
Why?
It was different.
You feel proud of her?
I'm very proud of her. Just seeing it, because she's young, she's vibrant, and where preparation meets opportunity, she prepared herself. I guess maybe she didn't foresee that coming, but now that she is walking into that, she's doing it in a way, and it opens the doors for many other young people that are looking on the sidelines as well, thinking, you know what, someday I want to be just like her. And I wish her the best. Personally, I think the country needs more young people going into effective politics that want to be of service to the people of this country. And yes, it's true that we hear so many coming and saying, I'm going to do this, and they're not doing. But representation matters, and I do think that she's going to do what she set out to do for that constituency. I wish her the best.
Yesterday I was with Mary Polius on Power Politic, and I was asking her, what about the current MP and what's going on in the minds of the party itself to, at this point, replace Mr. Joachim Henry, and also we have the lady for Babonneau,
Virginia
Albert Boyard, to replace them, and what's the thinking behind that? And she gave me a very interesting answer.
What was that?
She was telling me that nobody owns. You don't own a seat. You don't own the constituency. You understand? And sometimes she said, there are surveys that are done, maybe internal surveys, to see where you're at in terms of your popularity and so on. Right. These are some of the reasons that sometimes parties are forced to take these decisions. But I'm always thinking about people and their feelings and so on, how they handle that sort of thing. I heard Mr. Henry, Joachim Henry. He sounded upbeat, but I'm not being fooled. At the end of the day, you're a human being, and to be, I don't want to use the word rejected. It sounds a little too harsh, but to be replaced. Is that a harsh word? To be replaced by somebody else.
No.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. I'm, as a man, and say, for example, I'm dating a lady, and a guy comes along who she thinks is more impressed. She's more impressed with this guy. Maybe she did her survey. She did a survey. What do you think of my boyfriend? Do you think we're compatible? And the survey said, nah. So imagine how I would feel. A nice feeling at all.
No, but if you really know that, okay, you have this
it happened to me a few times already.
This amazing person, and you truly know that you have not been putting in the work. And not only that, sometimes you do put in the work, but the person still just feels, you know what? Where I'm at right now in that stage of my life, it's really not going to work out for me, focusing on relationships here. As it relates to political parties, I do believe, well, I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. I do believe that the candidates know what they sign up for. Obviously, there might be some disgruntled ones, and that will go to the media and do all of those things and say, As far as I'm concerned, if you sign up for elective politics, this is what you're going to do. If you're really not working for the people in your constituency, you're not of service to them, the people of the constituency have a right to say, I do not want him there. I do not want her there. I want to change. I want something else.
I wonder how they communicate that to the leadership or hierarchy of the party. How do they communicate that?
A survey, I guess.
A survey, all right.
Or something. Yeah. I'm not quite sure how they go about doing it. And the party realizes, hey, if this person, man or woman, continues to stay there, we're going to lose that seat. So, okay, let's do some changes. For me, I don't see anything wrong with it, because at the end of the day, every political party wants to win every seat in the country.
Yes, and
but I do
agree.
understand what you're saying. Like, hey, we are human. We have feelings, and boy, that's gonna hurt. It's gonna sting, and then you have to come out after somewhat you've gotten the boot,
and
then
to endorse
and
the
then endorse that.
Boy, that is tough.
For some, it might be tough, but you don't have a choice. You signed up for it, or because if you don't endorse that individual, you might just seem like someone who's disgruntled, and you know how that's gonna look. The optics of it.
Right. When Donald Trump lost the first time, I think, was it the first time or the second time? I think he lost to Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
And there's this transfer. This transfer of power, right? He didn't attend, He did not attend, okay? And I could imagine a guy with that huge ego not attending. It's like you feel it. So that's the thing I'm talking about. How you feel, how you manage something like that. Because you're a human being. As I said, no matter, you see they're talking
there. You have
there.
to put your pride aside in instances like that. And I think for those who actually have gone through it, knows what it is. And maybe internally there are things that, are said to them. And putting your pride aside is what carries you through any role that you have, whether it be in public office or you at work and someone replaces you. You have to understand, well, you know what, that was me. And sometimes I'm gonna just segue here. Sometimes even in at work, you might have someone that just came in and you're the person training that individual, and you've been waiting for that position for a while, and your employer says, well, you know what, I'm going to give the newbie that position. Sometimes they see in that individual what they don't see in you, and there could be a number of reasons for them giving that person the position. As much as it's hurtful, we have to put our pride aside, and sometimes when you put your pride aside, sometimes better things comes. You never know.
Sometimes it's worse.
If it's worse, then
sometimes,
you know what you gotta do.
Sometimes it's
you
worse.
gotta go somewhere else, right? But I understand what you're saying. It does sting. It hurts.
I'm sure it does.
I'm sure maybe he had his family, or they have family members supporting them and friends supporting them. But it is what it is.
I wonder what they do. I wonder what they do within the party to cushion, right, the hurt, because there's hurt.
Maybe they have a position waiting for them.
I think so. There's some way, something that they promised them.
That
they handle it.
They're taken care of. I'm assuming. I don't know. I'm not within any party, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Let me ask you, in terms of grooming, how important is that to you? Grooming, meaning what you wear, taking care of yourself, smelling good, your hair on point, right? Your makeup on point, and all those kinds of things. If, for example, you go into an interview, okay, for a job, how important is grooming to you? I'm saying that because I think maybe a lot of young people in particular don't realize how important grooming really is.
Yeah.
Having if not, I wouldn't say clean. Well, no, I wouldn't say. Yeah. You look neat.
Your image pretty much
You
sets
look-
the
you
tone
look
for
neat,
everything else
right?
that follows.
You look neat.
Right.
Okay, that's really cool. When you see a guy, for example, the shoes well shined and everything. Okay, that's a rare thing to see nowadays.
His nails.
Nails nicely
everything,
manicured and
nicely
this sort of
manicured
thing.
and everything,
Yeah. How important is that?
Very
that to you?
important. Very, very important to me. Yeah.
Mhm.
Very, very important. It sets the tone of what's going to happen. If you, yeah.
Okay. I was probably wondering why am I talking about that?
Right.
The Ministry of Education, of course, led by the Minister Sean Edward, they announced a new student deportment policy. Okay, and the reason they have to talk about this thing or discuss it is because of the issue of young people who are going to school in some instances like Vaiki Vai. They
I
don't
haven't
care.
heard that word in such a long time.
They don't care. Let me tell you what happened on the first day in school for some children in Jamaica. And they actually put them out of the class for those reasons, which of course I don't agree with that. But
my,
again,
no.
I guess maybe the parents take the grooming lightly, they don't take it very seriously, right? Or the children themselves don't take it seriously. So I'm bringing this up because we have people who are listening and people who are viewing, just in case you're at that point where you're dealing with this particular matter, you will realize that it's good to be properly groomed and well manicured and taken care of. It speaks volumes, right? It says something about you even before you even say something.
Say something, right.
Right? You're really communicating something by the way that you are dressed. So listen to some of the reasons they put those kids out of the class for the day. All right. So some had black hair dye.
Ooh.
Yeah, black hair dye. Incorrect belt buckles. Yeah.
Incorrect belt buckle.
Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe.
Oh, because you can remove. They have some belts. You can change the belt buckle. So maybe the school has a policy for a particular color or style, and they changed it up or something.
Right.
So most likely that's what
So
happened.
incorrect belt buckles, missing buttons.
What?
Yeah, missing
That
buttons.
happens to all kids. Most of them, actually.
Okay.
It happens.
Tight pants.
Ooh.
Tight pants.
Oh.
And incorrect hair lengths. And the hair is always a controversial one for a lot of
Yeah.
teachers. This is a big deal about the hair.
My word.
The hair, right? So for some of these reasons I just enunciated there, they were put out of the class.
I think I understand where image is concerned, but I strongly believe that every child has a right to learn, to an education. So there are ways that the school could have handled that. Children do, even we as adults, right? Sometimes you have a loose button and you might not be aware of it, and it falls off, maybe on your way to work or something. And some people have the tendency to carry, maybe buttons with them or so on, and they could, do something quickly. We all know how children are. They're very playful. Maybe they left home looking one way. I'm talking about the button here.
Yeah.
And along the way, they're playing or something. A button pops off. It falls off. That's not a reason to take a child from a classroom. I mean, there are ways to do it as adults that you could take the child and gently teach them the right way to do things. One way that they could do this as well, I think the school should have buttons in the school. So if a button is popped, hey, go over to whatever, get a button, put on, sewn on, or something of that sort, and have meetings with parents and let them know what's going on. But I strongly believe that every child has a right to learn, and that's not the way that you discipline a child for a button or belt. Because sometimes, yes, it's true that you might think that every parent has money to buy what what it is that is stipulated on the list given to parents, and some of them really don't. So whatever is at home, I have a belt, sorry son, that's what I have, I'm going to give it to you so you could go to school. So there are ways to work around that, that's me. But
Well,
I don't think that
Well,
education is a fundamental right.
So the question is, should they be locked out of classes
No.
for those reasons?
No. Like I said, education is a fundamental right. Once
But
you
you have
shut
a, but
a
you
child
have,
out
but
of
you
a
have a problem
classroom-
there. Here's the problem.
What's
Here's the
the
problem.
problem?
The problem is that if you let it pass now, this may become the norm. May, because the student now, right, probably hasn't really learned a lesson. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Hasn't really learned. If you allow it
To continue?
if you allow it to continue, because it's either you put him out of the class or you allow it to continue. Now, according to the rules and policy of the school, this is not allowed. So, what does the teacher do in a situation like that? Because you have a policy, right? You're supposed to have a certain belt buckle. You're supposed to have buttons on your pants and your shirt and whatever the case may be.
If I were a teacher, what I would have done if I were a teacher, or maybe the school, have belts in the school. A child comes to school, okay, if it happens once, twice, 3 times, you realize really and truly that child isn't changing, then okay, you focus on some other way to discipline that child or to bring the parents in. But if you have now provided a belt for that child where okay, they came to school and they don't have the right belt buckle, hey, well, there's a belt and go into the classroom.
Kina, where does that stop? I mean,
No,
you
but
have hold on.
if they haven't tried ways
you
to
have
do it
head
yet.
eye, black head eye. You have black head eye. What do? You get white head eye for the
I don't know
child?
about the
So
black head eye and stuff. I'm only
Incorrect.
focusing
Hold
on
on.
the belt buckle
Incorrect
stuff.
belt buckles. Right. I mean, how many belts or belt buckles must you stock?
A
You know,
good bit.
right? Okay. Missing buttons, right? For the khakis, the tight pants. You have the pants there, baggy pants, ready to rock and roll.
It's also the parents'
So it's not-
responsibility as
practical.
well to ensure that if you have the means, you have the money, exactly what's stipulated that your child should, the rules and regulations of that particular school, your child abides by it. So as a parent, you don't think just because your child wants a tight pants that you go to a seamstress or a man, what they call them again, and then
Tailor?
give your a tailor and give your child a tight pants. You actually breaking the rules of the school. So you're already setting the precedent for the child to feel like, okay, I could do what I want because mom or dad sees, okay, that's what I want, so they're giving it to me. You have to abide by the rules and regulations set by that school. I'm talking as it relates to parents that may not have the means to provide for the child how they want to. Maybe a school term has ended, they don't have the money to buy new pants. Children get older, the clothing gets tighter. In instances of that sort,
I agree with the education minister when he said that education must go beyond academics, noting that proper conduct, right, is essential to holistic student development. Now, here's where I have the little problem now. They said the policy shaped through extensive consultations with teachers, principals, and other stakeholders is designed to set clear standards for acceptable behavior, dress, and self-expression. Now, I notice consultations with teachers, principals, and other stakeholders. I wonder who the other stakeholders are, and did that include the children?
no.
Most likely not, right?
Most likely
not. Yeah, they probably didn't include the children and to get their take on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they figure the kids might just say some outlandish things.
But it's the parents. I agree with certain things that the school have set, but taking a child out of classes for
Those infractions.
The hair dye, you should know. Hey, nah. As a parent, why you want to dye your child's hair to go to school in the first place?
I'm sure the parents probably not aware of that in most cases.
In most cases.
Yeah, maybe the kids do that when they about to go.
Oh, you mean the temporary dye?
Yeah.
I could understand that, but if the school were to call you in, then you address that. I don't get why a child should go to school with their hair dyed. So that's out of it. The other aspects, like I said, I think education is a fundamental right. And once you take a child out of classroom, you're not teaching a child a lesson about grooming. You're denying them the opportunity to learn. So that's
So it's a little complicated as to how to manage that kind of situation, because you don't want to leave the impression with the students that hey, it's a free for all,
yeah.
right? Because discipline is also part of life, where you it's your way of saying to the person or the student, as the case may be, that's not acceptable. When the school is not willing to accept that kind of behavior. But
Yeah.
the question is, do you lock a child out of a class for those reasons? So I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't agree with that at all. There must be some other way of handling that particular situation. Those are not reasons. It's usually the hair. I found it strange. I thought it was only. I thought it was only hair.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
It
the
happens
hair
everywhere.
seemed to be a problem, boy.
Even when I was in high school, after a while, baggy pants was the in thing.
Mhm.
You know, and at some point in time, it was like straight leg pants. Then we used to call it a particular way back in the day. So I'm not gonna say it on radio, but it became the in thing, and children have a tendency to go with what's in because they feel like they're gonna be judged and so on. But the onus is on the parents. You have to teach your child. That's where you teach your child the values and the impacts of the decisions that they're going to make, and respecting the rules set by that school.
Here's another scenario. A student is throwing paper in class. You know how they do it, right? Stay from one end of the
And
class and
just-
spell that thing
Right.
across there.
Yeah.
There was a situation in Trinidad where a child did that, and the teacher confronted the child, and they ended up in a fight.
What?
Yeah.
Over that?
Yes, over that.
But how?
Exactly. So maybe the teacher came in the student's face, or the student came in the teacher's face. We didn't get all those details, but they said there was actually a recording of it. And they said in the recording, you'd see the other students now trying their best to separate the teacher and the student.
Oh my word.
Yeah. Students
That's the
trying to
whole thing?
separate the child throwing the paper in the
How
class. I don't think I got it's a Form 2 student.
What was the end result of that?
Well, the child now was taken, what they call, for an after-school program run by Trinidad Police. Yeah, after-school program. You see, the thing is that she ended up fighting with the teacher.
Now that should never.
And
have
that's the
happened.
problem.
That should never
Okay,
happen.
now you have students now also who bring things like marijuana in school, this sort of thing.
My word.
Now, let me ask you something, Kina. Did your parent ever say to you, because I know for sure my grandmother, as strict as she was when she had to be strict, never said those things to me, right? She never said to me, if a teacher confronts you, you confront them.
No,
she
my
never,
mom
she never said
ever,
that to
ever
me.
Did
I
said
can't remember
anything.
any time my grandmother saying
No,
something like
my
that to me.
mom- No.
Okay? I can't remember my grandmother ever saying to me, Andre, I do not want you going to school with marijuana. Right?
My mom, never had to say that.
They don't say those things
They
back
don't.
back in the day.
No.
Now, let me ask you now, how did we know that we're not supposed to do that?
We knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong to do. That's a drug. Marijuana is a drug, and I know the effects of it. You know, so I wouldn't go to school and have my mom come to school and deal with, having the teacher, the respectful I still have for my mom. I wouldn't dare do that.
Right, exactly. So why is it our young people now reacting like that? Why are they behaving that way? Because as I said, I wasn't told those things. But I just
either.
knew I'm not supposed to be disrespectful
Yeah.
to the teacher. I just
And
knew that.
teachers, my mom, I knew.
But my grandmother never said to me, Andre, you be respectful to the teacher. She never said that
my
to
mom
me.
never had to say that to me either.
So what has happened?
I'm not. Maybe peer pressure. I'm not sure. We should ask them. But my mom never had to say to me whatever. I just know I had to respect my elders, and respect, and by extension, the teachers and those older in my community. Yeah.
I really maybe that was communicated some way in the house. I don't know.
No, she never said anything to. I just know that, The only thing my mom said, when you go to school, your education should be first and foremost. I didn't send you to school to be playing around and doing this and mavo local pusa. Pretty much. So that for me was this it.
Here's
Everything
another one
else that
again.
followed.
Here's another one again. My grandmother never said to me, Andre, if somebody confronts you, maybe a bully, right? You take a knife and you stab
No,
them.
ma'am. Mm-mm.
I mean, that was not part of the conversation at all, right? How did I know that I'm not supposed to respond that way if a bully confronts me? I'm not supposed to take a knife and to stab that bully.
Or even let alone fight with that person.
Exactly. If anything, I'd probably just run away.
Me too.
I just
Or
run
go
away.
to the teacher or something, or go to an adult, say, hey, this person is, that's what I know then.
Yeah, so
But
I'm
I
saying,
did
how
that.
was that? Some way that was communicated to us, not directly, but some indirect manner. I don't know. I'm trying to
Could
figure
it
it
be
out.
that
Why
we
is it
knew that if we found ourselves in trouble, we would be beaten?
But today, I think people still beat the children.
Yeah, they do. But there's always someone that.
You know,
I'm
there's
still trying to figure it out how we knew that. But maybe there was just a secret code or something.
I don't know.
I don't know. My mom never had to.
Because I'm asking now, why are the children responding the way that they're responding? A teacher comes to you, you threw papers, in the classroom, which you're not supposed to do, right? Because when I was a kid, I've been through that already. It's a little like it's a nuisance. You see people flinging those things all over the place,
We all
right?
done it.
But the teacher would come and say to me, "Hey, Andre, you're not supposed to do that,"
And that's it.
right? I can't
Listen.
imagine myself talking back and fighting my entire lifetime. I've never come close to fighting
Could
with a
it
teacher.
be something, again, a lot of the things that happen in the household stems over into the classroom. And what is okay, I think we had this conversation briefly some time ago, because a lot of parents figure, okay, this is how I discipline my child, take it or leave it, but we forget. We seem to fail to realize that these children, go out into the wider community. They're at school. So whatever it is that you're comfortable with them doing at home, whatever bad behaviors it may be, when they go to school, that spills over to their friends in their classrooms, the teachers, and people outside in the community have to deal with it.
So you think that maybe if a parent has confronted a child, that child, I think an example like you talking about, would be rude to the
It
parent,
could be a possibility that
rude
the
to
child
the
is
parent,
maybe used
even
to
want
doing it
even want to
already.
fight with the parent as well. No?
Yes,
No?
so in some instances, I've seen it happen that children they back chat, so to speak.
So
with the parent and
where
whatever.
how would a child develop an attitude like that? Where would that come from?
Maybe from a very young age. Some parents, I see it in society, in our communities as well. You see children, talking back. And they smile, they laugh, Gil, like it's so funny. Did you hear what she just said? No. After a while, if that behavior continues, as cute as you think it is, after a while, that child is going to think, although some children, they started, and as they get older, they stop, some don't.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you draw the line? You, as the parent or guardian, need to know where, the child has reached their limit. I mean, with what they say to an adult or people around them. So for some individuals, they laugh and think it's okay that, the child is just being a child. But if a behavior becomes a learned behavior over time, as they age, it's going to continue for some individuals. Because we are all not the same, and we all are not, we all do not grow up in the same environment. So I'm not really sure what's happening, but there's a possibility.
Well, boy, I don't know. As our friend, thanks for taking my call, said, we dropped the ball somewhere.
Yeah, we
At
did.
some point, we dropped the ball somewhere. Something went wrong somewhere. That the entire, I don't know, the thinking has changed, especially where you have young people are concerned. Because, as I said, I didn't need to have my grandmother say that to me.
Same here.
You just knew, for
Same.
whatever reason, you're not
Yeah.
supposed to be rude and so on. But that wasn't taught to you and say,
And if you were rude to a parent and the parent realized, then I'm not sure. I'm sure maybe sometimes it happens as well in our society still now. There was always this older person or someone that child listens to that you could go to and say, you know what, this child is being very, very difficult. Can you have a word with the child? Can you? And it happens, back in the day that was happening. I'm hoping that the same thing happens now. So.
Let me give you a final scenario before we get into the shout-outs. And don't forget, you have to read Tony's announcement.
Yes.
So, final scenario. Israel, for example, has they used pages the other day to get to Hezbollah, members of the Hezbollah organization in Lebanon. And they feel pretty proud about that. They boast about it. What a job. Yeah, and you have guys like the current president, Trump, telling them
Trump.
that's a great job. That's a great job, man. Oh, that was a wonderful thing you did. You have pages exploding in people's faces. Wow.
Ooh, yeah,
adults,
I remember that.
Adults, children, doesn't matter. Oh, that's a great job. Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, right. Okay. All right. So you have people who are meeting for peace talks, trying to end the war in Gaza because of all the killing, especially of little children and so on. And you're telling me you're taking your powerful aircraft and you just fly over the meeting where they're talking about peace, how to resolve a problem, and you bomb the daylights out of them, right? You don't care who you kill. You don't care, right? Okay, good. Now, in Haiti, the bad boys, the Assam, Vive Assam, apparently they were having a party. Okay? So it seems either, I'm not sure if barbecue was there. I'm not sure. Because he was either, I'm not sure if barbecue was there. I'm not sure. Because he was a gang leader.
Mm-hmm.
He was celebrating his birthday, and he had some children there. I think he was giving them presents and things like that. Okay, remember we were talking yesterday about the Jamaican guy, and we say
Christopher Cook.
How
Right.
these guys operate, right? It's his birthday, and here he is dishing out gifts to the little children. So I think there are maybe about 11 of them. I don't remember exactly. So now there's this faction, right, or this element within the Haitian police force. These guys now are using drones to ferret out where these individuals are, because Israel uses those drones. That's what they do. They don't have to necessarily be close to you. Just use those drones. So the drones are being operated at a distance, and I see, here's shows here, or here's this one and that. Boom, and they fire that thing. So they're having a party, and they decided now to use the drones to attack the gang members.
No, but you should know that there will be casualties.
So that's the question. Should they do that? Should they take out? There's the collateral damage. Is it justified?
No.
Because you're looking for a bad boy or bad boys. If they had an opportunity to, and by the way, Barbecue said he's going to take revenge. So I don't know if he was there.
With the name like Barbecue?
Pardon?
He's going to take revenge?
That's what he said.
Okay,
He's going to take.
I'm sure he will, but
he's going to
still,
take revenge.
that name,
Let me tell
change
you,
his name.
he's a bad boy, Let me tell you something. All his followers, all his members of the gang, they all have face masks. All of them.
So you don't get to see who they are.
Barbecue, it shows his face. Bold.
Oh, my
He
God.
doesn't care. He doesn't seem to care. You can think what you want, you can do what you want, right? I show you my face. So he doesn't care. So what I'm saying to you, is it justified because you want to take out the bad boys? You don't care about the collateral damage. And I'm just juxtaposing that against Israel's behavior. They do not care. If there's one Hamas member in a hospital and they have about 100 or 200 people inside there, they're taking it out. They do not care.
No,
this is the modus operandi these days. And that's why these people don't realize what they're doing and the spin-off and the effects that's going to have over the next few years. Right? When pages are going to start exploding all over the place. Because don't think, these things just happen. It's just in isolation.
No.
You have people
these
there.
things are
So
not in
you
isolation,
have people like encouraging them and saying, great job. So should we say great job for that one where you have 11 children?
No.
11 children killed. They happen to be at a party. So because now you want to get to this guy there, Upamele, you dropping drones inside there?
No. That's wrong on all levels. That's a human life.
But you have a chance to take out barbecue.
No,
you have a chance to remove barbecue.
That's not a movie. And still in the movies, the people still live. You can. Those are innocent children. You want to go after a man, go after that man and arrest him. Find a way to get him. And did they get him anyway?
No.
Exactly.
He wasn't killed. Yeah, he wasn't killed. And I can imagine how angry he must be.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, his name is Stevenson. He's better known as Juma. Right, he's one of the leaders of the Vive Assam, because it's a whole bunch of groups. They work together and they call themselves Vive Assam.
11 people are dead. You didn't get.
They killed 8 children, and I think a few others got killed, but not the gang leaders.
No, that's
so about
wrong on
13,
all
about 13 in all.
No. That's wrong on all levels.
So we agree then. We agree that if this is wrong in Haiti, it ought to be wrong anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we agree on that.
I don't support it, and I'll never.
Well, that's what the fellas are doing, huh?
No, I don't.
That's what they're doing right now. Maybe they're taking a page from Israel. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. And if Israel can do it, we can do it too.
And we see that spilling over in our communities as well. I want this guy, no matter who's around, I'm going at him, and
yeah, that's right. Mamele.
Mamele.
I open fire. Who vex loss?
No.
Okay, and by the way, have to see war in the Caribbean. You know,
With
I'll
that
tell you why I
also
say
with
that.
Venezuela.
Yeah,
and
that
the United
Venezuela thing.
States.
Venezuela, Trinidad, Guyana, because Venezuela is already warning them and saying, if you guys are going to allow the United States to use your countries as our base to come and attack us,
Then
we're going to attack you.
Right. I hope it doesn't get to that point. I really, really and truly hope it does not get to that point. But Kamala has, taken her stance, and basically what she's saying is that my focus is on my people and my people's safety. I'm not going to get involved. If I'm called upon by the United States, then I will do what I have to do. But
You heard what Venezuela said. If you allow the U.S. to use your base,
but you don't think it's going to happen?
You think it's not going to happen, right? Or you heard the support
hoping
Kamala
it
is giving to the U.S. president. You heard the support,
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah, she's
Now
been supporting it.
Guyana is playing smart, because remember they have this territorial dispute. The Essequibo
Essequibo.
region, right? And Venezuela is claiming that this is their land. So you think they wouldn't hook up with the Americans in a situation like that? Boy, you joke you make it.
Who's gonna not support the United States at this point?
Yeah, because
With everything that's going on, you think you want to go against the mighty United States?
yeah, because
Who's not
that's
going
right.
to?
If you don't toe the line,
Yeah.
you're in problem. As a matter of fact, the U.S. president again, Donald Trump, he's already identified some countries who are part of CARICOM. Part of CARICOM, that he lists them as illicit drug transshipment countries. If I remember
and he
correctly.
came out with the evidence for that?
So, well, boy, I'll tell you exactly who he said, right? The Bahamas, one of them. Belize, next one. Haiti, next one. And guess who the other one is? They see them as major transit or major illicit drug producing countries. They're the ones he's claiming now is sending drugs to the mainland, to the United States. Okay, so you become public enemy number one. Jamaica is the other one.
Oh, wow.
So the fact that Trump identified those countries there, the Bahamas, Belize, Haiti, and Jamaica, right?
What's
as
brewing in the
major.
Caribbean and why?
All of a sudden,
I'm trying
no.
to figure out what's going on.
The man tentacles
Yeah.
all over the place. Yeah.
That's a bit scary. And we need to watch this closely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's going to affect all of us at some point.
Let me tell you, in the not too distant future, you're going to have sanctions being imposed on probably Jamaica, all these countries there.
Belize,
Yeah?
right.
Because
yeah.
he already identified them
Yeah.
as major transit or major illicit drug producing countries.
I have a tendency to believe what you're saying right now.
I saw the Jamaica Prime Minister. I said to myself, them fellas have to play their little games, boy. I saw him there holding Rubio. He put his hand around Rubio's arm in a sort of friendly embrace, right? And I said, boy, them fellas really have to play the game, boy.
They don't have a
They
choice.
have to play the game. Yeah, you're right. They have to play the game.
Choice right now.
You know, a man that the Venezuelan president described as a war, what do you call it? An angel of death.
Angel of death.
Angel of death. You embracing this guy.
No, but even with the
Embracing this
Venezuelan
guy.
presidents calling him an angel of death, it's because of everything that's happening of late. That's some harsh words to use, actually.
No, these
It
guys.
is.
But listen, if people are killing little children, they're involved in that. What do you call that? Angel of life. You're directly involved in the killing of little children, babies,
But
etc.,
Donald
etc.
Trump,
I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking
and
about Marco Rubio.
Marco Rubio.
That guy.
They have, basically, he says he has the evidence to back up anything that he's saying.
No.
That's what he's been saying
I'm
of late.
not talking about that. I'm
Oh.
talking about his actions. His
Mm-hmm.
actions in Gaza, all of them, they're involved in that. All of them. And I'm seeing the Jamaica Prime Minister holding this guy in a sort of, friendly,
Who would you have wanted
friendly
him
embrace.
to?
Tell this guy move from there, man. Yeah, tell this guy move from there.
I wasn't ready.
Because let me ask you, would you embrace barbecue? You wouldn't embrace
No,
barbecue.
I wouldn't embrace
exactly.
barbecue
And
because,
ho-
I know
and
barbecue is a criminal.
what's the difference?
And there's evidence of barbecue.
But a criminal is one who takes innocent lives and so on. That's what criminals do. Huh? Yeah, that's what criminals do. They murder, they pillage,
Well, there's no
They
evidence
ransack-
of
they
Rubio
ransack-
doing it directly.
I mean directly, but of course, when you give the weapons, if some bad boys in St. Lucia are committing crimes, and I provide them with the weapons, am I not just as guilty?
Technically.
Technically,
Yes, you are.
technically.
Yes,
Boy,
you
I
are.
tell you, we
Yes, you are.
in a world, we have to play some kind of games,
Yes,
games,
you
boy,
are actually right.
because if you don't play those games, you're out. And especially he knows now that they have them on the list there as a major illicit
There are
drug
ways
producer.
that he wants to get his country out of.
Of the list.
Yeah. So if I have to
Of the
hug
bubble
you, I
list.
might as well.
Yeah, boy,
Yeah.
the fellas. Yeah,
He knows why he's doing it.
I see, I'm King Charles serenading Donald Trump, man. I say, why?
remember he said so
Look
recently.
at that, right? You think they would ever serenade barbecue like that?
Nah, man.
They'll barbecue him first.
I wonder where he came up with that name, barbecue, from.
He was a police officer, by the way.
A police
he's
officer turned
pol-
gangster?
He's a former police officer.
What?
Hmm.
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
No way.
I guess so disillusioned with the system. But he's days are numbered for sure. There's no way Missy can survive.
Nah, there's no way he could survive.
Yeah,
They're going to take him out.
his days are numbered, that's for sure. But there's a guy who was interviewing him the other day. I watched it on YouTube. The guy looked like a nice guy. He talked like a nice guy. I said, listen,
Don't
what?
they all look like nice guys till something happens and they become...
Yeah, he was really cooperating with answering all the questions, giving no stress, nothing. I said, look at that.
Look at...
Yeah, and but one thing, he's surveying everywhere around him.
He will.
He's surveying everywhere
Because
around
he's
him.
on edge.
He's on edge.
You know they're going to take you out at some point.
Mhm.
Whether you have maybe 1,000 men at your side at some point in time, that's not even going to save you for what's coming. But then again, it's just so sad that many lost their lives as a result of that drone strike.
Okay, just before you do the shout outs, Jim Reeves, the late Jim Reeves, he had a song a long time ago. This world is not my home. I'm just a passing through.
Oh yeah.
Remember that song?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not my home, just a passing through. And it's really, really true. Anyway, so let's get into the shout outs.
Okay, shout outs on Facebook. Pius Snappy, yeah, man. Good morning, Pius. He says, good morning. Dakota McGuire, Cleveland City says, good morning, sending all my love. Pius Snappy says, welcome back. So he says, welcome back as well. I'm not quite sure what's happening to my... 1 second. Pearl Food Baby Henry says, good morning to Rev-Up family and all in the chat room. Stay safe and dry today. Thank you so much, Pearl. Alison Armstrong says, hey, Pearl. Okay, that's for Pearl. Lucita Japierre says, good morning, Andre Paul.
Poor job, she must be beside herself because she can't say Jerome anymore. She must be beside herself.
Yeah. She says, good morning, Andre and beautiful Kina. I will never forget my Jerome.
You see?
People or person that broke into Jerome's house. God don't like that. That's what she says. Karma is not nice. She came back and she says, good morning, everyone. On the live on Radio Garden, great presentation by Mr. St. Rose. St. Lucians needs to educate themselves on how to vote. Share a link, my people. She says, how is snow? Snow is great. Lucita, thanks for asking. Did you see the lightning? Yeah, I did on my way to work. Malik Sherry says, good morning, Andre and Kina. Blessed Tuesday to you both. Hi to Shasha listening in St. Croix.
Okay, Shasha.
Right.
Morning to you. And Malik as well.
Lucita came back and she says, our Tony's dead are not even buried yet. Thieves broke into his house. They should make an example out of these people. Things really getting out of control. Unbelievable. Andre, watch around when you're stepping in and out. Be careful, my friend.
Thank you.
Sophia Chandler says, good morning, Kina and Andre. Blessings to you both. For Charles is in the chat room as well. He says, you all were off. You're back on now. That's 14 minutes ago. Junior Conibert says, good morning, Andre and Kina on Rev-Up family. Have a fabulous day and please be safe. As it relates to Lisa, Junior says, "Oh yes, I'm proud of her. Bravo, Lisa." Barbara Augustine says, "Good morning, my people. Missing Tony. Westy Duet is back in the house. Good morning, Westy." He says, "Good morning." Arthur Charles returns and says, "Good morning, Auntie Lucita, Thunder and Lightning and Castries." Westy Duet says, "Hey, Kina, good morning. How are you doing? Hope all is well." "I'm doing great, thanks, Westy." Andre, are you just making assumptions without knowing the circumstances? We have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Who's that?
Westy Duet.
I mean,
Westy, I'm not.
who do we have to give the benefit of the doubt?
Westy, can you respond to that? Who are you referring to? Who are you referring to? We're not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not sure. Lucita says, "Wow, we in the hurricane season." Lucita says, "Stay indoors, be careful out there, uncle." Westy Duet returned and said, "Lucita Jopie, I have been thinking of you for the time of Tony's passing. How are you keeping?" Agneta St. Marie says, "Morning, Andre and Kina." Lucita Jopie says, "I'm not doing too bad things." Okay, she's responding to someone on the live. Zai Sweetness says, "The children nowadays not respecting or listening to their own parents. It is not the teacher they will listen to or respect."
A new person? Zai?
Zai.
I never heard that person
Yeah,
before.
that's the first time commenting.
Well,
Oh, I hope
if
I'm
you-
saying it right, Zai Sweetness. She also went on to say, it is all about the way the children are being parented, if that makes sense. Nadia Thompson Daly says, "Growing up, my mom was a no-nonsense woman, and there is no way I would disrespect a teacher or an adult."
Mm-hmm.
And Victor says, "The lady behaves as if she knows nothing about what Andre is saying." I guess the person is referring to me.
Hey, you're the lady?
I'm not sure. I'm assuming. Maybe I should not make any assumptions, so I take it back. Septima Joseph says, "Good morning to all listening." Westy Duet says, "Why are you attacking the lady? Please respect under this live. Thank you." Enda says, Enda Victor returned and says, "Westy Duet, I have not said anything disrespectful, so please don't come for me." Veronica, you all will learn on that live, because we have some rules and regulations under the live. So if you're new to that, I'm sure the other people will let you know. Veronica Bryan says, "Good morning, Rev-Up family. Blessed day to all." Westy Duet returned and says, "Agree, my friend. The parents nowadays can be as tough as steel, and the children are just laughing at you and going about their way." Christine Joseph says, "Why should Trinidad help Trump when their own people can be in trouble?" Westy returns and says, "CARICOM needs to stand up and stand up tall." Christine Joseph says, "Many Trinis are against their leader for helping Devil Trump." Kenton Henry says, "We are now acting like we do not have a drug problem in the Caribbean." Okay. Westy Duet returned and says, "If you are living in the United States, you know that you cannot partake or say anything about the conversation Andrea Kina is having there. Reasons being, they are looking at everyone's social media interactions." Which is true. Farakafo Godmore, he says, "I saw a post on Facebook stating that there will be no live stream for Tony Paul's funeral service and that this was supposedly his wish. I know for a fact this could..." Okay. I think you should contact Tony's family, Farakafo, with what you're actually putting onto the live. Thank you so much for understanding. I'm going to continue on to move that. Westy would return and said, Did I hear right? They broke into Tony's home. Joachim
Yes, you heard
Henry.
right.
Yes, you heard right. Westy. Arthur Charles returned and says, "Good morning, Kina. Today is the birthday of Joycelyn Mahama. 1 second. Edward and Monsignor Linus Clovis. Happy birthday, Joycelyn. Mwah, 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 mwah. Monsignor as well, happy birthday to Mwah. D. Francis Obey says, "Good morning to everyone. So even if I don't come on Facebook, my radio is on. Bon. Always locked on." And she sends kisses. Mwah. Good morning, D. How you doing? Thanks you so much. Westy, it's good to have you back. Going on to WhatsApp. Virginia, happy birthday, belated. She says, "Hi, Andre and Kina. I just want to say, keep up the amazing work you both are doing." Oh, They say walking in the rain with the one you love is romantic, but not here in Canada. The rain is so cold. I'd surely fall sick. That kind of romance isn't for me. Good one,
I believe that.
Someone else says, a bad boy that acting so a. I'm not sure what that person is referring to. Someone else chimed in, says, you're off air. That's
At the time.
At the time, yeah, we had some power fluctuations in studio.
I think it's the time that
guess
the
within-
lightning
right,
struck,
yes.
yeah.
So someone else chimed in and said, Andre, I'm telling you, that's a lost case. The same thing happened to me earlier, January this year. In less than 24 hours, the police had a name and the address of the guy. Up to now, I've never heard from the police. All my jewelry and my husband's jewelry was stolen. Both our phones, a tablet, and our wallets. Nothing has been done. Have a wonderful Tuesday from Charmaine.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh, Charmaine, I'm so sorry. Someone else chimed in and says, good morning, Rev-Up family. Sending birthday greetings to my one and only grandson, Janil Kadey of Corinth, celebrating his second birthday today. Wishing him God's richest blessings, hugs, and kisses from his mom, Janelle, dad, Miguel, aunts, Gabriel, and Giselle's uncles, Damien and Daniel, and his grandma, Jennifer. Yeah. Janelle, happy birthday, sweetie. Kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Oh. Thanks for accepting my call. Ew. Mr. Sylvester, no way. Are you trying to scare me this morning? He said centipedes get their deadly venoms from cockroaches.
Really?
Huh?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Andre's going to look it up.
Yes.
Someone else chimed in and says, I don't know if you are aware. Oh, it should be back up now. We were aware earlier. Thank you so much for touching base. Someone else chimed in and says, good morning, Andre, Paul, and Kiki in the Rev-Up family. Be careful, Andre, Paul. Make sure your house has an alarm, cameras all around, and even burglar bars too. Such worthless losers. Tony Paul is not even out of earth yet. Change the locks on the door after the police investigation. Be strong at the funeral. We're leaving overseas and are still disappointed about not being part of the virtual service for Tony Paul. Someone else chimed in and says, yesterday was a great hard drive. To rob the dead, you have to be dead in spirit. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, we are aware of being off earlier. My thinking is both these MPs had serious health challenges. Referring to Joachim and Virginia Albert.
okay.
Maybe that's why they are no longer, yeah.
Sorry. Centipedes do not get their venom from cockroaches.
Mr. Sylvester, why are you trying to scare me this
I don't know
morning?
where you got that
I know
from.
Andre would look it up. Oh, Westwood came back, Andre, when he was referring to, and he said he was referring to the replacement of Joachim Henry.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So that's that. That's what he says. And the last person to chime in says, special good morning, Keena and Andre, sending you both love and strength. It's always nice seeing you guys so cheerful. Tony would have wanted us to be happy and to comfort each other with his memories. A person is still typing. I'll move on to the next. I'll return. Okay. Farakafo, again, I will suggest that you reach out to the Paul family with your concerns. I am not going to read that live on air. And I think you know how to reach them because you are Tony's friend.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for chiming in. Someone else says, good day, Keena and Andre. I'm at work, but listening off and on. I will not be able to attend the funeral because I will be working 3 p.m. tomorrow. God's 11 p.m. that same day. So that's that. Someone else says, much love from your Canaries friends, Young Ro. So that person chimed in and says they're listening from Canaries. I guess.
And what's the person's name?
Young Ro.
Not sure.
I'm not sure either. Thank you so much. So that's the last person to chime in. Thank you so much with all your... And I have an announcement before I forget. Right. Yes. So we respectfully invite you to join us in commemorating the life of Tony Paul, who passed away on Saturday, September 6, 2025. Tony was a source of joy and warmth to all who knew him, and we will honor his memory with a gathering that reflects the care and love he brought into our lives. The funeral service will take place on Friday, September 26, at Our Lady of the Rosemary of Fatima Church in Leclerc. A private cremation will follow on Saturday, September 27th at Rambali's Funeral Parlor. Friends and family are cordially invited to attend as we remember and celebrate Tony in his many roles: beloved brother, brother-in-law, significant other, uncle, friend, and colleague. We sincerely appreciate your kind thoughts, condolences, and prayers during this challenging time.
Okay, so that's going to be this coming Friday. I just say simply the Culinary Church. It's about the only one that we have there. Alrighty. Talking about commemorating and so on. Yes, it's true. We'll be having the send off for Tony on Friday, 2 p.m. at the Culinary Church. But also we're having the old school party.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's in memory of Tony. That's his favorite genre. Tony loves an old school, man. And I know he was looking forward to this one because I've said it already, he's not a fan of country and western. So when we had the first activity, he didn't like that at all. Imagine he came upstairs because he was at the door. He came upstairs and said, "Okay, Andre, I gone." Yeah, I gone.
You know what I love about Tony is, well, his honesty. He just says it like it is. Like, you know what?
Tell you straight up.
Straight up. He's not going to put water in his mouth to say anything. He's not going to sugarcoat it.
Yes, but...
Oh, gosh. So definitely.
Yeah.
October what date again?
11th. October 11th. And we have some really, really good prizes I'm giving away. On the first anniversary that we had, we gave $1,000 to three patrons.
Mm-hmm.
So $1,000 each. So there were complaints from the fans saying that we should have spread it out a little more. So this time, right, we're giving away $500 to 6 patrons.
Okay.
And all you're going to be paying is $50.
Yeah.
Right? And you have a nice place.
Mm-hmm.
What Sandals Golf and
Country
Club. That's a very, very nice place.
Yes.
Parking.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a
don't
problem
have to
there.
Worry about it.
Security top. Can't get away from that. All right? And you have great music. Oh, man. And they're going to be a solid bar awaiting you. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So in addition to the prizes for the cash prizes, we also have spa treatments, plural, day pass, dinner for 2 at Sandals Halcyon. I think they're giving away 2 prizes.
2 prizes, yeah.
I think it's lunch for 2 and dinner for 2.
Yeah.
Belgium, they're giving away a day pass. They're giving away a lunch for 2 and also a dinner for 2.
I'm talking about a big anniversary celebration.
And a big pass. Let me tell you, a day pass is a cool prize, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Man, that's a cool prize.
That's a cool prize.
So as I said, you have the spa treatments as well. The 2 spa treatments. I think one of them is going to be a 50-minute.
Can I come not being, an employee?
Yeah, 50-minute. I think a 50-minute body massage. And also we have a smartphone valued at about $800.
$800 from the cell.
Yes, from the cell. So it's valued at, I think, $799.
Yeah,
so call it $800.
$800 from the cell.
Yeah, from the cell. So, now, what was the make again? I don't remember the brand.
Maybe Samsung.
Yeah, because we got it from.
I'll double check.
Yesterday downstairs. I don't know where Hassani put it.
Yeah.
Then. So we have some really nice prizes giving away there for just $50.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's old school, predominantly old school, right? If there's some country and western fans who are there, they might probably drop 1 or 2.
1 or 2.
Yeah, just 1 or 2.
Old school country and western?
No, it's old school.
Just old school.
Yeah, old school.
Right.
Right. So, what's coming up on your show, Hina?
Immediately after, what time is it now? Oh, almost that time. The Rev-Up St. Lucia, the homegrown from 11:30 to 12:30. As well, MRI studies reveal that prayer don't just calm the mind, they physically change the brain for good, which is a good thing. So when you're praying, it alters your brain and it relaxes you and stimulates you as well, and it changes the brain overall.
That's a drug, man.
Yeah, man. Because
That's
we
a
do
drug.
know that some people, when they do pray, if they're going through uncertainty in their lives or challenges, when they do pray, they just so much calmer. So it helps. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it alters the brain. Wow,
Yeah,
that's powerful stuff.
I'm really not surprised.
So it alters the brain. Does what again?
It calms
you
the
down.
individual.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I strongly believe that. Italy is making headlines right now because dogs are now allowed on regular flights.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's super cool.
Yeah, I'm sure terms and conditions
Terms
apply.
and conditions, right. And a simple blood test can now show which of your organs are aging and how fast. So that's going to be released very, very soon. So if you want to know, hey, okay, which organs are aging and how fast they are, let me work on it, then that could be done. And science explains the age-old saying, happy wife, happy life.
There's
They're
actually,
backing it up.
actually an explanation.
They're
happy
backing
wife,
it up.
happy life.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's really some strong studies suggesting that if men actually do that, they will have lasting, happy marriages, pretty much. So I'm going to break that down as well. And a new pill is set to lengthen your dog's life. So no longer that dogs are just going to die,
yeah.
and da-da-da.
Their lifetime tends to be a little short.
Yeah, so there's a new pill in the works that's going to lengthen a dog's life. So
There's some sea creatures that live for a few hundred years, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
Amazing, huh?
I think, is it a shrimp? A type of shrimp or something?
Yeah, a
live
type
for-
of shrimp that
yeah,
lives
hundreds of years. That is
yes,
amazing.
Yeah.
How that could happen.
And talking about shrimp, actually, just recently, there was a report out of the UK that they were saying that some shrimp, they tested them and they found that they have cocaine in them. How? Well, I'm not surprised because you know what happens in the oceans and stuff like that. So I'm not surprised that.
Yeah, when the coast guard accosts you, throw you up the front of a boat.
Yes. So I'm not surprised that shrimp has, yeah. So that's not too shocking.
Okay.
Maybe what we eat too, the fish and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty super true.
So if they have to do some tests in that water,
All that's coming soon.
you know.
So Kina's going to be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Then from 3, we have Zen the DJ. By the way, folks, he's live.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Zen the
He's
DJ
live.
is live in studio.
Mm-hmm.
So he's here for the rest of the week. Came specifically for Tony's funeral.
Yeah.
So he'll be on this afternoon from 3 o'clock until 5. 5 o'clock, we have Mary Polius with Powell Politic until 6 o'clock. Then from 6 until 7 is going to be Doctor in the House. Yeah, with Dr. Leonard Suraj. So this has been Hard Drive for today, Tuesday, the 23rd of September, brought to you with the compliments of Rimbali's Funeral Parlor, JJ's Paradise, and Joseph Shipping Agency. Joseph Shipping Agency, the only agency in St. Lucia with 24 hours efficient service. When everyone else is asleep, we are awake. Call Joseph Shipping Agency at 484-8888. That's 484-8888. I think, don't you think Joseph Shipping Agency should be a protective service
right?
agency as well? Because when everyone else is asleep,
They're awake.
yeah, awake.
Yeah, I actually
A security firm. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Seafood Wednesday nights continue every Wednesday at the Mangrove at JJ's Paradise. Come get your seafood boil, grilled lobster, grilled